have visited Galvano's manufacturer in Piaseczno to find out how complicated chromium coating and detail renovation is. The process will be presented on the example of a damaged vintage car bumper. As you can see on the video, the element is thoroughly corroded, has lots of surface damages, and its shape and form have been disordered. To achieve the result of mirror-like coating, our bumper must undergo many different processes, starting with the assessment of its condition, sanding process, taking it to pieces, plating repairs, smoothing, fat removal, copper coating, nickel coating, and finally chrome coating. The more damaged the detail, the more time and effort required in the renovation process. The more damaged the detail, the more time and effort required in the renovation process.
Znajdujemy się w firmie GALVANO Osiński. Chromowaniem i dekolowaniem, renowacją zajmujemy się od roku 60. Chcieliśmy pokazać na tym filmie, jak skomplikowany jest proces renowacji detali.
To begin with, the bumper is sanded, which enables to assess its condition. The main goal of this process is to clean the element and prepare it to take into pieces. Every part of the bumper has been dismantled. Sometimes the screws are blocked and are problematic to unscrew. That requires particular effort to unscrew every part without making any damages on other parts of the renovated element. Next step is electrotechnical process consisting of pulling back nickel surface layer with hydrochloric acid. The bumper has been put into a tank filled with hydrochloric acid and remains there for a strictly specified time. In a tank, a divert galvano technical process takes place. After a proper fulfillment of this stage of a process, a copper surface layer emerges. The element should be washed and afterwards may continue the process of renovation. The next step is to smooth a renovated element. Smoothing process must be very precise. Now the element is ready to pass through very significant metal sheet repair works. General purpose of repairing works is to reinstate the bumper to its prior state and condition. Very often an element needs to be warmed up to enable forming. When the element is ready and chromium coated, all the overlooked imperfections will be visible. Subsequently, bumper surface needs to be smoothed down with different kinds of sandpaper. Now, the surface of the element is much smoother than before, but bringing the element to perfection is really time-consuming. Now it's time to coat the element with copper. The bumper needs to be put into a tank once again and remain there for a strictly specified time. After that, we are able to see if there are any holes or irregularities as a result of improper grinding process. The control of condition is one of the crucial actions during every stage of galvanization process. Every element might be rebuilt, although the more damaged the element, the more work it requires. All of the surface decrements must be submitted to tin plating and solder process to fill in the structure of the element and bring the sharp fabric splendor back to life. Now, the renovated bumper needs to be coated by copper once again. Bringing the element to perfection is a time-consuming process requiring specialized knowledge. The final stage of this complicated process includes nickel coating of all surface, which is the last layer before final chrome coating. Now the bumper is put into a tank for a proper amount of time. After this stage, chrome appears visible on the surface of the bumper. As a result of passing all stages of galvanization process, our bumper has finally gained a mirror-like coating and its long-lost splendor. As you can see in the video, the process of galvanization requires loads of work, knowledge, skills, and takes a lot of time. Feel free to visit our company in Piaseczno, Puławska 34.